All right, Sag. So definitely a new start, a new beginning. But you are going to have to look at the events and the circumstances that you've been through differently and not blame yourself for what you've experienced. So from the Halloween Oracle, Dawn, the light after the darkness, and the Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment from Hidden Realms. And this is ally and challenger, but it did show up in the reverse. Now, Dawn. Dawn is saying that you are being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass, no matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here, so it's like coming back into the light after being put through hell, basically. But with the Lady of the Mirror, again, you're going to have to look at those events a little bit differently. It says that you need to find yourself within the web woven through your life, your relationships, opportunities, desires, seeming failures, and successes. Observe how you've responded to life's challenges, great and small, and be aware of what is familiar in the present. It says to release all judgment and accept things exactly as they are with love, and that you need to honor every part of your story as essential to your highest unfolding. This is about honest self-appraisal in, needing to look at yourself, but considering that we're looking at Dawn, I think it's the circumstances that you've been through. It's not your fault. You didn't create that. You didn't attract it, right? But there's definitely a new start. All right, Sag. Here's your overall. Oh boy, the Four of Cups. All right. So boredom, dissatisfaction, feeling like you're not being fulfilled here, possibly not wanting to accept something that isn't good enough, or feeling like everything around you isn't good enough here, or, we could be talking about rejecting offers. But, one of the things that I talk about with the Four of Cups is sometimes what you need is right there, but you may not be seeing it given current circumstances. But we'll see here. In the past, the Ten of Pentacles. Right off the bat, right? Like, bored with the way things are. Things may be secure and stable, but you may be just lacking excitement or lacking something that's going to bring you, that emotional fulfillment, right? But with the Ten of Pentacles still coming through, I still see this as security and stability for you. I don't think that this has changed. I think that there's just something lacking. And I don't know that this is going to be about family money, things like that. I just think that everything in your outer world is great and you're perfect where you're at, but emotionally there's something missing, something lacking. Okay. All right. The Knight of Cups. Now, definitely with the Four of Cups being there, if you have somebody coming through that is offering you something, it may not be good enough. Now for some of you, this could be being led on, right? I kind of look at this and I feel like, if we're talking about emotional offers, love, somebody wanting to have a connection with you, right? Like, you're fine. Your outer world is fine. You're secure, you're stable, you have money, everything's fine as far as that goes. But it seems like everything that comes towards you is just blah, But I do think that right now there may be, somebody coming through to offer you something here. That, or, you're dissatisfied because you may have been led on emotionally, which is possible here, but we'll see. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles and future conditions. Now, this may be because of somebody that you're dealing with. Could be Earth, doesn't matter to me, male or female. But I kind of look at this as far as like what's surrounding you with the Queen of Pentacles, and it's like for you there's more focus on what's going on in your outer world, right? Like I keep getting that with the Ten of Pentacles, like the physical, everything in the physical sense is fine, it's perfect, you've put a lot of time and effort into that, there's a lot of focus on that with the Queen of Pentacles, that's all you're concentrated on. Now for some of you it's just that you may be feeling insecure. And that is not helpful if we're talking about an offer being made to you on an emotional level. You may not feel secure with, what somebody is like wanting to give you, I kind of worry about that a little bit with the Four of Cups. Now, some of you may just simply be disinterested. I've got other things that I'm focused on. I've got other things that I have to do. I have other responsibilities, you know. Okay. Your best path to follow the world. Now, this to me feels like if we're talking about your advice with the world, we're talking about needing to close something out, okay? In a way where you feel good, you know, the successful completion. But you need to close out a chapter in your life if, you know, you want things to change emotionally for you. Because you're good, you're fine, but, you know, with what's coming through, I just think that, you know, there isn't a whole lot of interest in it, maybe because you need to kind of finish something out. You know, you may be focused on that right now. There may not be a whole lot of security in what somebody is offering you, because I feel like this is what's coming at you. I feel like this is more how you're responding to it. But this, to me, as an indicator that, you know, something definitely needs to be finished out for you. Closing that chapter in your life and trying at least to open up to a new one, you know. You know, and I mean, none of this is really bad. It just, I feel like really sucky about it, because it's like, oh, that's great. You know, I have security and stability and that's fine and all, but what I'm wanting emotionally just isn't happening. Oh, in your environment, the Ten of Cups. Okay. Now, you know, with this being in your environment, we're talking about overall happiness, overall emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance. But with the Four of Cups there, it's just not happening for you. But what may be coming through, you know, is what they're offering here, something that is going to make you happy for, you know, a long time to come, right? But you just don't see it, you know, or that's not, you know, what you're wanting, or you may not be interested in that right now. You know, I don't know, man. It's like, it looks great on the surface, but the way that you're feeling about it is kind of like, yeah, you know, I don't know about all that. Like, meh, right? But, you know, if this is about a person coming at you, man, they're really trying here. You know, and there can definitely be, like, you know, this overall happiness and stability, but, you know, with that Four of Cups, you know, and needing to kind of get over the emotional funk here, needing to close that out, definitely with the world, but I think it's bigger than that. There is a part of your life story that you need to close out, you know, before any new things can happen that are going to lead you to absolute security, stability, and emotional fulfillment. Your hopes and your fears, the Three of Cups. Now, you know, I mean, I don't necessarily feel like this has to do with third-party situations. I mean, absolutely, you could spin it that way, but I don't think that that's it. I think that, you know, the main issue may be that this person is not giving you enough support to make you believe that things will be happily ever after. That's how I feel about this. You know, because with the Three of Cups, we're talking about support, right? It's not just, you know, having a friendship here, but, you know, I think it's more than that for some of you. But, you know, you're not doing what's necessary here to support this type of energy. And that's kind of how you're looking at the other person. The problem is, though, you know, for you, right, there's still something that needs to be completed, finished out. You know, definitely for you to feel better, but then, you know, there may be some things going on, though, too, with, you know, what this person is doing that needs to be like, you know, get your shit straight here. What is it that you want? You know, because and it would make sense with the Knight of Cups being there. They're just not doing enough to support this being a possibility. And you see that, you know, or at least you feel that way. But I still feel lack. There's lack there. And then coming out the King of Pentacles, you know, and again, right, like, you, I feel like, maybe a little bit more focused on making sure that what you accept is going to, you know, continue to support the security and stability as far as the happily ever after, you know, right? Maybe, maybe not. But with the King of Pentacles coming out, with the Three of Cups being there, if we're talking about somebody who isn't supporting this type of energy, then it could be that, you know, they're trying to show you in a practical way this time rather than coming at you as the Knight of Cups. You know, Because I do still kind of feel like with, the Queen of Pentacles that there's a lack of security emotionally when it comes to dealing with somebody else. But clearly there's, the connection, but you have the boredom right in between it. And then the Four of Pentacles. And, again, the fours are going to, the fours are talking about stability, right? And that's there to begin with. But the thing is the type of stability that's happening here is that, neither person is wanting to give here to kind of fix this emotional funk. So with the Page of Wands, let's start there. Okay. Now, definitely action, excitement, enthusiasm, some passion. Everything feels good, right? You're ready to go. You're ready to take a new path, a new journey. There may be good communication coming through. And you do kind of have that with the Knight of Cups. The problem is with justice here, things need to be fair and balanced. Is this, something that you should be considering? Especially if you have a heavy heart right now, right? But, with justice, I see this as you kind of like weighing out the entire situation here. And it's not that you need to make a final choice. It's just needing to get things balanced out, right? Now, definitely somebody may need to correct some wrongs or be held accountable for, not fulfilling like a promise almost. But then again, for those of you who are looking at a person here as far as like getting involved with them, this could be relationship or business for that matter. But, whatever it is that they're offering, there's not enough support to show that it's going to lead to, the happily ever after here for both parties, right? So, it's like, well, we need to make sure that the situation is fair and balanced, and then not only that, but holding somebody accountable if they're flighty, is what I want to say. Now, with the Four of Pentacles here, right, you may not be giving to the situation because you may feel insecure, but they're not giving anything either. But it's like they're trying to show face almost. Because when you look at the King of Pentacles, you're talking about somebody who is very giving of their time and their resources. But the thing is if you're hoping and fearing support, they may be like, oh yeah, you can depend on me, I'm here. But with the Four of Pentacles, they're not showing it. They're not giving. They're not supporting that type of energy, right? So, and that may be where justice is coming through, that those things kind of need to be corrected there, right? Like, what is fair? What is balanced? Do you feel like you're giving too much, or do you think that, I need to give more, or vice versa, right? But it's not a Six of Pentacles type of way, because it's not actually happening. You're just both like, holding on to everything. But that has to come to an end here with the World. Right? In order for things to, get better emotionally for you, where you don't feel like meh. And then patience. So there's definitely the new path that's opening up, but there needs to be clear communication. And I think that once you open that up and you speak what needs to be said here, you just need to be patient when it comes to a response. But definitely if you're not feeling good or you're feeling dissatisfied, that is something that you need to speak up about. But when you speak, do it in a way where you're coming from a place of patience, right? And don't be too harsh or blunt, Sag. Come on. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. So there's still love. Right? It's all the way around you. You may not see it right now, but it may be because, the other person is not supporting this type of energy. Like I keep getting that sticks out to me more than anything. But, when it comes to your loved ones, family, friends, all the people that are important to you, right? Make sure that, they know that you love them and appreciate them, right? And maybe that will help create the support that you need to get out of that emotional blah. Man, I hate the Four of Cups. Ugh. Right? But yeah, it could be you coming out here and you needing to give a little bit more support, but I feel like it's equal, no matter who you're dealing with here. And absolutely, this could be about family with the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. But you guys are on the same page. But it's like on the same page as far as like, not being so happy. It's not necessarily negative, but, maybe that communication will open up some understanding here when it comes to how you're feeling toward each other. And then maybe it'll be easier for you to start giving more support to, you know, this happily ever after and bring this whole situation to a close in a way where both of you feel good and you feel like things are fair and balanced.